Hi folks, I'm Andrew from Einhorn Travel Accessories. My wife Lynn and I have travelled and visited over 103 different countries around the world. And in this video, I'm actually in the Saudi Arabian city of Jeddah. So what's Jeddah like? What's it like to visit here as a tourist? What's there to see? What's there to do? What's the food like? What are the people like? In this video, I'm going to take you through my experiences in this amazing city in Saudi Arabia. So if you're enjoying the content of these videos, please consider subscribing to our channel and hit the notifications button as well so that you won't miss out on any future content that we post. So I'm going to talk for a moment here about my impressions of Saudi. It's quite extraordinary. I was here a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I really wasn't so impressed with the place. You know, it was quite closed, there wasn't much to do, you didn't really see people out and about. It really didn't do it for me, to be honest. And I came here this time with very low expectations. And I got to say, I am absolutely gobsmacked by the change in such a short period of time. It's so much more open now. People are out walking in the streets with their families. There's women driving, and I know that shouldn't be a benchmark. We take that for granted in the rest of the world, but it is a big change for this part of the world. So that's happening. You've got women that don't have to walk around covered anymore. I mean, again, that is not setting the benchmark very high, but it is a big change for this part of the world. It's opening up. I think they've realized that they have to become a place where foreign companies want to invest money if they want to have a future. I mean, the oil market is going to run out. Everybody's driving electric cars. We won't have the reliance on oil and gas anymore, and that's the bedrock of their economy here, and they need to change. They need to diversify. They need to get into other types of businesses, and so they've realized that, and they're really moving extremely fast to sort of modernize, to open up, and make it a place where people want to visit, people want to come and invest money and set up businesses and so on. It's extraordinary to see the pace of change here, and it's great. I've really enjoyed it here. It's been a great place to visit. The people here are sensational. The folks that I've met with and spoken with, they're very proud of their country. They're very proud of the changes that are happening. They're really excited about people coming here and visiting. It's been a really great trip. And when it comes to the question of hotels and where to stay, I stayed this time at the Intercontinental, which is a nice hotel, as you can see from the video footage there, and it has a really fantastic Brazilian-style churrascaria restaurant, which serves up some fantastic fare. But to be honest, it's a little bit old, and if I were to stay again in Jeddah, I would try one of the hotels along the Corniche. Most likely the Hilton, to be perfectly honest. It looks very, very nice. Now, when it comes to things to do when you're in Jeddah, you've got to remember, first of all, most of the year it's baking hot. So, most of the activities that you want to do are going to be inside in the air conditioning. However, one of the places you absolutely must go is the old souk, Al-Balad. And I've travelled right throughout the Middle East, and I got to say, it's one of the most authentic old souks that I've ever been to in that region. If you go to a souk in Dubai, it's modern, it's artificial, it's air conditioned, it's plastic, it's not authentic. I've been to souks in Qatar, which I think are much more realistic and reflective of the historical operation of the souk. But this souk, Al-Balad in Jeddah, is one of the most authentic souks that I've ever been to in the Middle East. It's got all sorts of food, clothing, souvenirs, hardware, all sorts of stuff that you could ever need in your life in Saudi Arabia. Must see when you're in Jeddah. Now, food is another interesting aspect of my visit to Jeddah. And when we asked the local guys, where should we go for food and for dinner, they tended to direct us towards Lebanese restaurants, or Lebanese type of food, because Lebanese food is kind of the default cuisine, I guess, across the Middle East. I found that to be the case in Egypt and of course in Lebanon, but right across the Middle East. And so when we pushed them, they said really that the locals like to eat meat and rice, meat, lamb in particular, and rice. And so they sent us to this restaurant called Lamb Chef. Lamb Chef. And you can see the rotisserie there. You can see now the results of the rotisserie. And it's basically it's what the locals eat. It's a very, very local meal consisting of, you guessed it, rice and lamb. And it's extraordinarily tasty. Probably not the best for you. I think the lamb is fine. The rice probably not so great for you. But I really encourage you to go and try the local food. Lamb Chef is the name of the restaurant. Well worth a visit. It's about 10 a.m. on Friday morning here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. And Friday, of course, is the start of the weekend. And you can see there's a few folks out taking a bit of a walk along the Corniche, enjoying the warmth and the sunshine and company. It's very pleasant. Could be anywhere in the world, really. And if you're looking for a pair of sunglasses, I highly recommend these King 7 square frame N7128. So you can get them on our store, EinhornTravelAccessories.com. They're very lightweight. The polarizer cut out all the glare. They're terrific. Behind me here, you can see the current King's Palace when he's staying in Jeddah. It's basically an island that's got all to himself in his palace. So I hope you've enjoyed this short video about my experience in Jeddah. Leave me a comment below if you've been to Saudi, if you've been to Jeddah. Tell me what your thoughts are. Give me your impressions. Are they the same as mine, or are they something different? And please consider subscribing to the channel and click the notifications button so that you don't miss out on any content when I load it up to the channel. Thank you everyone for listening. Bye for now.